Dad, would you like some mixed vegetables?
Hell no.
That's right, Todd. Who'd want to eat pre-packaged frozen veggies when you can grow your own?
Interesting. It's like a corn dog without the dog.
Yes, you too can have your own fresh sweet corn, tomatoes, lettuce and more by planting your own veggie patch. What's not to love? The food is fresher and helps stretch your budget further. Plus, it's fun and rewarding.
Vegetables? You've been promoted from side dish to entree.
But what if I don't have green fingers, I hear you ask? Well, editor of New Zealand Gardener, Jo McCarroll, has your back. Yeah, Jo joins us now to talk about her new book on the topic. Jo, if you haven't got a veggie patch yet, how do you get started?
Oh, I say start small and start with stuff that is almost impossible to fail at. You know, there are some veggies that are so easy to grow. I wish people would try and then they would realise how easy it is to grow a bit of their own food and how much fun they can have doing it.
OK, I like the sound of this no-fail veggies. What are we talking about here?
Oh, I'd say start maybe with something like perpetual spinach, which is a kind of silver beet. You can use it like spinach. I'd say dwarf beans are fantastic for this time of year. Anything that is classed as an Asian green, it's so easy to grow, so pest-free. I'd put in a cherry, tomato, probably Sweet 100, which is absolutely bomb-proof. And yeah, I'll give that a grow for this season and then look to build in the years ahead. You could even pop a few potatoes in still.
We are between backyards at the moment. Can you start a veggie garden in pots?
Yeah, actually, it's a great way to start. If you haven't grown your own food before, or potentially if you're renting, or if you're in a new property and you don't really know the lay of the land, I would start in pots. I would confine my edible garden to pots till you've grown through a whole season. And at that point, you'll know a bit more about where the sun falls, where the shadows are, if there's any like little heat sinks on your property or spots that stay really cold or really wet. But yeah, starting in pots, you would be amazed at what you can produce from just, say, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 containers on your balcony if you're in an apartment or if you're renting. I think you'd be really surprised by how much you can grow.
I'd be honest. I mean, how labour intensive is this? Because I simply just want to plant and walk away.
Well, you can't quite plant and walk away, but I would say it doesn't take as much work as people think. The thing is, to get success in the garden, it's about little and often. So you'll do a lot better if you do, say, 10 minutes every day than like one 12-hour day every 3 months. If you think you're not someone who's going to put a lot of work in, consider investing in something like self-watering pots, which can take some of the work out of it. I'd look at maybe using some kind of physical barrier, which will hopefully avoid problems with pests. And yeah, I'd focus on those crops that are really easy to grow and hard to fail at, and just enjoy those. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to in the garden. It's your garden.
Hey Jo, there is a big election coming up, but there has been a recent vote across the country, and that was the vote for New Zealand's favourite vegetable. What came first was the tomato,
yes,
and the broccoli was second. What are your thoughts on the result?
I mean, it's just like that time a bat was in Bird of the Year, because a tomato is technically a fruit.
Yes.
The controversy has been sweeping gardeners of the nation.
Hey Jo, well done on the book and thanks so much for your time.
Thanks so much, guys.
Yes, it's very good. It's called Veggie Patch from scratch, and you can find it in stores from tomorrow. I've been having a flick through before the show, and it's good. It's not too hard, not too easy, just right in the middle.
Yeah. Excuse me if I didn't look excited about the whole thing, but... I mean,
that's just your normal face, Mark.
I mean, it's veggies.
Mark face.
It's like, I mean, the problem with veggies and growing veggies is once you've grown them, you sort of got to eat them, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a real problem.
Not yeah.
I think, I mean, bless Jo, and please do start growing veggies if you haven't done it before, but I'm not growing any veggies anymore.
Why?
It's just so much admin, and then you're like, you've got to put the compost on, and then you get a little like, oh, I grew this tomato, and then it sort of tastes like hard cardboard. And herbs, though, you cannot go wrong. I reckon every kind of herb, and you'll use it in everything you ever make.
Weren't you planning it with your kid, though? Weren't you planning?
Or, like, I will eventually probably make Nico grow some kale so that she likes it. Because you like things better, I guess.
The problem, you don't want to force, there's too much parents being so excited about growing their own produce. Like, growing up, my parents are like, we grew the silver beet in our own garden. And I was like, I could not care less. This is less appealing now. I don't like it then, I don't like it now.